Good morning, children. Today we are going to discuss the basic thing in chemistry. Very important for all the students who want to study chemistry completely, which is nothing but periodic table. So, what do you mean by the periodic table? Before going to that, just I want to say something else. As we know, universe is made up of two things. How many things? Two things. Universe is made up of two things. One is matter, another one is radiation. Okay, so what does mean by the matter? As we know, anything which occupies space and has mass, we are calling as matter. Anything which occupies space and has mass. Suppose I have a chalk piece here, it has certain mass, it has weight, means definitely it has mass. Why? Because we know weight is nothing but mass into gravity. Okay, similarly it is going to occupy some space. When I am going to keep up on the table, it is going to occupy certain space in that table. Similarly, if I am going to keep in my hand, here also it is going to occupy some space. So this one we can call as matter, which is nothing but anything which occupies space and has mass is called as matter. So our ancestors believe that matter is made up of mainly 5 things. They thought that matter is made up of 5 fundamental things, which one we are going to call as Panchabhutas. We are going to call as Panchabhutas or Panchatatvas, which are those: sky, fire, water, air and earth. Which are those? Sky, water, air, fire and earth. But when the Lavoisier studied about the air, so he came to know about the nitrogen and oxygen. He understood that matter is not made up of only 5 things, that 5 things again made up of several things. So finally, right now today's we are using many things, that is how many entities are there in the matter? There are 118 entities, which we are going to call as elements. So element is nothing but made up of same kind of atom. Right now, right now matter is made up of many things. How many things? Right now we are believing that matter is made up of 118 things, which we are going to call as elements. So we came to know that matter is made up of 118 elements. Now if I want to study about the all 118 elements each and individually, then it is going to become very difficult to study. So what we are going to do here, what the scientists did here, they taken the all 118 elements and they are going to arrange them in a rows and column, depends on their physical and chemical properties, which we are going to call as periodic table. What does mean by the periodic here? See here how they arranged in the sense, in which way they arranged in the sense, after certain regular intervals like 2, 8, 8, 18. After these intervals, the chemical and physical properties of an element is going to repeat in this table. Just I will say the example, you will understand. Suppose we have a element number 1, that is we have a hydrogen. The property of hydrogen is going to repeat again after the interval of 2. Atomic number of hydrogen is 1. If you are going to add this interval for the hydrogen, 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. This 3 is the atomic number of lithium, which belongs to the same group. Certain chemical and physical property of an element is going to repeat in the system or else periodic table after the regular interval of time, which we are going to call as periodicity of an element. Periodicity means what? Nothing but a physical and chemical property of an element is going to repeat in the system after the regular interval of time. Okay, now for this one, for first element, for hydrogen, I added the first interval, that is 2. So 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. Here 1 is atomic number of hydrogen, and for that we are going to add a 2. I got 3, which is atomic number of lithium. Again for this 3, if I am going to add 8 plus 3 is 11. Again 11 is the atomic number of sodium. First we got lithium, then we got sodium. Again for this sodium, if I am going to add 8 again, I am going to get a 19, which is again the atomic number of potassium. So here what is going to happen? The property of a first element, property of an hydrogen is going to repeat again by the lithium. Same property is going to exhibited by the lithium. This we are going to call as periodicity. Periodicity means what? Chemical and physical property of an element is going to repeat in the system after the regular interval of time, that we are going to call as periodicity. Now we are going to classify how we are going to arrange it, in the sense depending upon their electronic configuration. Here electronic configuration means already you know, it is a systematic arrangement of an electron around the nucleus of an atom, okay, with an increasing order of their energy levels. Here first group elements we are going to classify this periodic table into groups and columns. Remember, in periodic table there are 7 horizontal rows. How many are there? 7 horizontal rows are there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. These 7 horizontal rows we are going to call as periods. How many periods are there? 7 are there. Similarly, here how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And remember, these two belongs to again cesium and francium period only. Okay. Similarly, there are 18 vertical columns. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There are 18 vertical columns are there. Vertical columns we are going to call as groups. How many are there groups here? 18. How many periods are there? 7. Periods means what then? Nothing but horizontal rows. Horizontal rows we are going to call as what? Periods. And similarly vertical columns we are going to call as what? Groups. How many periods are there? 7 periods are there. How many groups are there? 18 groups are there. Remember, again in different way also we are going to classify into groups. This is first A. Second group we are going to call second A. Directly for 13 group we are going to call as third A. This is fourth A, fifth A, sixth A, seventh A, and this is eighth A. In this way also we are going to call this is A part. And similarly, here is a copper. This is first B. This is second B. Zinc is called as second B. Okay. Then after again this is an third B. Then after titanium is fourth B. Vanadium is fifth B. Then after chromium is sixth B. Then after manganese is an seventh B. And these three are there na. These three we are going to call as eighth B group elements. So in this way also we are going to classify. Okay, remember. And what about these two rows? These two rows are called as, this one we are going to call as lanthanoids. Why? Because these all elements like cerium, praseodymium, okay, neodymium, promethium, samarium, these all are there na. These all are going to resemble the properties of lanthanum. Means they have a similar property like a lanthanum. Hence first row of this period we are going to call as lanthanoids. Similarly, like thorium, pallium, thorium, uranium, neptunium, these all are there na. This we are going to call as actinoids. Why? Because this series elements are there, they have a properties of an, they have similar properties like an actinoids. Actinoids means which resembles the properties of actinum. Similarly, lanthanides means which resembles the properties of lanthanum. So in this way we are going to classify this element. Okay, now we are going to classify group wise. What is the name for an particular group? Okay, now we are going to classify into group wise. So what they will call for the first group, second group, and what is the reason behind it. Okay, so first group element, remember first element we have a hydrogen. So atomic number of hydrogen is what? 1. So what does mean by the atomic number? Number of electron or number of proton we are going to call as atomic number. It means that hydrogen have a 1 proton and hydrogen have a 1 electron. So hence the atomic number of hydrogen is 1. Okay, and remember hydrogen is a special element in the periodic table. Special element in the periodic table. Why? Because it don't have a neutron. Hydrogen don't have a neutron, and this is not a correct place for hydrogen. Right now we are kept in a first group just because it shows the properties like remaining all the elements in this group. So which group it is? It is, and remember, first A group. First A group elements are there na? First A group elements we are going to call as alkali metals. Alkali metals. So first group elements except hydrogen. Apart from the hydrogen, remaining elements are there na? Lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. These are all the elements except hydrogen we are going to call as alkali metals. So what do you mean by the alkali metals? Alkali means nothing but base. Bases which dissolves in a water, for them we are generally going to call as alkali, and these are then when they are reacting with an water they are going to form a bases, hence for them we are going to call as alkali metals. And similarly second group element, second A group element like beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, radium, these are there na? For these we are going to call as alkaline earth metals. Alkaline earth is also going to form a basis, but generally they are most abundant in the earth crust, hence for them we are going to call as alkaline earth metals. So which group there belongs? There belongs to second A group. So come to the here, from scandium to copper, from scandium to copper. So remember this is an third B. As I said earlier, this is fourth B, fifth B, sixth B, seventh B, and remember these three are the eighth B element. I am not taking this group zinc and cadmium, mercury and scandium is there, this I am not taking here. Up to scandium to copper we are going to call as transition element. Transition element we are going to call as transition element. Here to here completely we are going to call as D black element. Okay, we are going to call as D black element. Similarly here is this one we are going to call zinc family, this one is boron family. Boron family we are going to call. Similarly this one is carbon family. Carbon family. Boron family which group element? This is third A. Carbon family is fourth A. Nitrogen is also called as pnictogens. Pnictogens means poisonous, which can form the poisonous compounds, hence for them we are going to call pnictogens. Okay, next one, after the nitrogen we have a oxygen family. This oxygen family, which group this is? This pnictogen is 5th A. What about oxygen? This is an 6th A group element. Oxygen family we are going to call as chalcogens. Chalcogen. So what does mean by the chalcogen? Chalcogen is nothing but ore forming nature. Generally this element are there na, they will form ore very easily, means they will combine with an metal and they will form a ore. Hence for this group element, oxygen family group elements we are going to call as what? Chalcogen. Similarly the 7th A group element, 7. Next is 7th A group element. 7th A group, which elements are there? Fluorine are there, chlorine, bromine, iodine, acetine. Okay, this one is this group element we are going to call as halogens. So what does mean by the halogens? So halogens means nothing but salt forming nature. Salt forming nature. Remember, this first group elements are there na? These metals are highly reactive metals. Highly reactive metals. Similarly, the 7th A group elements are there na? They are highly reactive non-metals. Highly reactive metals and highly reactive non-metals both will react and they are going to form a salt. Hence, this group element we are going to call as halogens. Halo means salt. Salt generation. To generate the salt, we should use the halogens like fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine and acetine. Okay. Next one, last group element is like helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon and oxygen is this group elements we are going to call as, I will write here, noble gases. Noble gases. Zero group element. We have a different name for them. Zero group elements also we can call. One more is halogens. Halogens. And after rare gases. Lazy gases, inactive gases. Okay, noble gas, generally they will call noble gases zero group element. So zero group elements means just they have a valence 0. They don't want to give the electron, they don't want to gain the electron, or they don't want to share the electron. Okay, because of their chemical reactivity, we are going to call them as a inactive gases, lazy gases. They have a stability, that's why they are lazy to react, that's why we are going to call as lazy gases, rare gases, because of their less abundance in the atmosphere. Nearly all together noble gases are there na, they exist in 0.9% in the atmosphere, hence for them we are going to call as rare gases, trace gases. And after halogens, halogens means they are present in the air, hence we are going to call them as halogens. Okay, these all are the different name for the noble gases. Okay, now I am going to say which are metals, which are non-metals, which are noble gases. What do you mean by the metalloids? Then after we have a fourth category, radioactive elements. Remember, generally which can give the electron, very easily. For them we can call as metals. So which element can give the electron very easily? For them we can call as metals. Okay. So in the periodic table, remember, before going to that, just I will classify into different blocks. Okay. First two blocks are there na? These two blocks we are going to call as S block elements. S block elements. Why? Because when we are writing the electronic configuration, they are going to end with an s orbital. That's why which are going to end with an s orbital while writing the electronic configuration, they are said to be an s block elements. Which are s block element? Hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium, beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, radium, and one more is there, helium. Where is the helium? Here is the helium, but we kept in a p block element just because it shows this resembles the properties of all the remaining noble gases, hence we kept a helium in the where 8th group elements. Remember, this is exception cases. Helium is, even though belongs to S block, we kept in a noble gases group just because it resembles the properties like all the remaining noble gases. Okay, and this is there na, from scandium to zinc. This we are going to call as D block elements. D block elements. Why? Because when we are writing the electronic configuration, they are going to end with an D orbital. Similarly, from boron to the neon group, from group number 3rd A to 8th A group elements are there na, we are going to call them as a P block element. When we are writing electronic configuration, they are going to end with an P orbital. Similarly, this row are there na, these two rows we are going to call F block elements. F block elements we also called as rare earth metals, inner transition elements. This one we are going to call transition, inner transition. Okay. just I will say, I will show, suppose we have a lithium, atomic number of lithium is 3, electronic configuration 1s2 and 2s1, 2s1, where is the lithium? Here, this is K shell, L shell, it is going to ns1, it has electronic configuration ns1, if this 1 represent the group number, this 2 represent the periodic number, so it belongs to S is an S orbital. So lithium is belongs to S here is an, hence it is belongs to the S block elements. Similarly, if I am taking the scandium, atomic number 21, electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2 and 3d 1, 2 plus 2 4, 4 plus 6 10, 10 plus 2 is 12 plus 6 18, 20, 21, 21 atomic number. K shell, and which is the last orbital here? D orbital, hence that belongs to the D block element. Similarly, if I am taking nitrogen, atomic number of nitrogen is 7, electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2 and 2p, 2 plus 2 remaining is 3. This end with an p orbital, and that belongs to the p block element. That's why nitrogen is said to be an p block element. Similarly, if I am taking any example of this from this rows, they will end with an f orbital, hence for them we are going to call f block elements. So now we are going to try to know which are the metals, which are the non-metals, which are the metalloids, which are called as noble gases, which are called as what? F block, inner transition elements, radioactive elements. Remember, here is an except hydrogen, lithium, beryllium, this S block elements, D block element generally we are going to call as metals. So what does mean by the metals? Generally which can give the electrons while the chemical reaction, for them we are going to call as metals, which can donate the electron very easily, or else depending upon different physical properties like ductility, malleability, sonoricity, shining property. These are all the property, depending upon these all the property we are going to call as metals also, as you know earlier. Okay, here this all part belongs to the metals. These all parties are from first group element except hydrogen. Okay, so up to here, the gallium is here from the gallium. Okay, here is up to gallium, up to tin, lead, and these all are up to here we are going to call as metals. And this part is like boron, aluminum, boron, then after germanium, silicon, acetine, antimony, tellurium, bismuth, these all are there. This we are going to call as metalloids. What we are going to call? Metalloids. Okay, this is this diagonal is in this diagonal whatever elements are there, like borons from here, okay, like boron, silicon, germanium, acetine, these all are called as metalloids. Metalloids means which are going to show the properties of both the metals as well as non-metal. They should be shows the properties of both the metals as well as non-metals. Okay, so this is about the metalloids. Then after we have a CHNOPS. We have formula CHNOPS, like carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus. Carbon here is nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, selenium, boron, bromine, iodine. All the noble gas are there. These all are called as non-metal. Non-metal means, remember, which can take the electron very easily during the chemical reaction, which can gain the electron, we can call them as a non-metal. Similarly, depending upon the physical properties like a dull surface, which don't have a ductility, malleability, depending upon those physical properties also we are going to call them as a non-metal. Okay, then after you understood what does mean by the metals and non-metals. Remember, we have a last group elements. I said earlier, 8th group elements or 0 group elements. These all are then they are exist in the form of gas, and this we are going to call as noble gases. Noble gases means which do not react chemically. Why? Because they have 8 electrons in their outermost orbital. Hence, they have a stable electronic configuration, which we can call as octet configuration. Hence, for them we are going to call as noble gases. And some elements are there in the periodic table, which we can call as F block elements. These elements are going to produce the radiation. They can release the radiation continuously. Like a sun, we know sun rays. Similarly, these elements almost all they are going to produce the radiation continuously. That's why for them we are going to call as radioactive element, which can produce the radiation continuously. This is about the radioactive elements. Okay, I hope so you got at least some information regarding about the metals, non-metals, noble gases. Okay, how to classify the element which are called as S block element, P block element, D block element, F block elements, these all. So now just I will say the regarding about the valency. Remember, valency means nothing but combining capacity of an element, or else we can call as number of electron lost or gained or shared by an element during the chemical reaction, chemical process, when they are combining with an other atom. So first group elements have a valency 1, second group element have a valency 2, and here third group have a valency 3, and fourth group valency 4, fifth group valency again 5, fifth group 5 minus 8. So after the fifth group, suppose we have a fifth, means after the fifth group we should do minus 8. So 5 minus 8 valency is 3, 6 minus 8 valency is 2, 8 minus 9 minus 8 valency is 1, 8 minus 8 is equal to 0. So first group elements valency 1, second group element valency 2, third A group elements valency is 3, okay, fourth A group valency 4, and fifth A group element is 5 minus 8, that is 3 valency. Sixth group element is equal to group number minus 8, that is 6 minus 8 is equal to 2. Similarly, seventh group element 7 minus 8 is equal to 1. Similarly, 8 minus 8 is equal to 0, which is valency of noble gases. Now what about the valency of D block elements? D block elements also have a certain valencies, but generally they are going to show variable valency. Variable valency, depending upon the number of electrons in d orbital as well as s orbital, we are going to judge the valencies of these block elements. They are going to show the variable valency. Okay. Similarly, these are belongs to the these also having show the variable valency. Okay. This is about the valency. I hope so you got little information regarding about periodic table. Thank you for watching.